Hi, I'm Lizzie, this is Lizzie Reads, and welcome to my Shop My Shelves haul, pile of unknown books. Basically, while the UK is currently in lockdown, I've been staying at my boyfriend's place, and although I brought quite a few books with me when I first started, I'm starting to run out and peter off the amount of books that I have, the choice I have. So I thought before I completely run out, I'll get some books from home, from my parents' place. And what I've thought about doing was just saying, oh, these are the books that I have, could you get them off my shelves please? And I'll do a pick up from the doorstep, obviously contactless. But instead what I decided to do was I decided to ask my mum to just go to my shelves of my books and just pick random ones. She didn't look at the blurb, she literally just picked up the first ones that she sees, and I thought, and this has worked out good for me actually, because she's picked books that have been on my shelves for over a year. Some of them I think have been on my shelves for over a year, completely by mistake. So now I actually have been pushed to pick up books that I probably wouldn't have picked up just because they'd been sitting around for a little while. So I'm actually really pleased about that. And I thought I'd ask for around 10, so I've got actually quite a big bag of books here. So I just thought I'd show them to you, but also assure you that they have all been required responsibly and complying with social distancing and such. Just needed something for my sanity. And the first book I've got is The Home by Sarah Stovall, and I believe it's about a children's home, well, a teenager's care home, and a few children or teenagers I think, from that care home go missing or die, turn up dead. That's what I remember of it, and I remember it starts near Christmas. So I'm assuming this is like a mystery thriller type novel, but it looks really good. I like this cover. Yeah, but that's one I'm actually quite interested in reading. One of the smaller ones in the list, because she decided to pick really long ones, obviously. And then another one we've got is Sweet Sorrow by David Nicholls, who wrote One Day, which I loved as a teenager. And I think it's about us. All I know is that it's set in summer and there is like a romance element to it. I don't know any deeper plot than that, but I do think it could be really interesting, because I did really enjoy One Day as a teen. Then we've got The Confession by Jessie Burton. I don't actually know much about this, but I know that I just picked it up because I've heard such great things about Jessie Burton. So I am really looking forward to reading that and just trying something new that everyone seems to be interested in. And then I've got An Anonymous Girl by Hendricks and Sarah Peckham, and I know that this is a thriller, a mystery thriller, and I picked it up just because I was so interested in reading thrillers at this time, but I hadn't got around to it, so I'm actually really looking forward to reading that and seeing how I get on with it. And then I've got one called Queenie by Candice Carty-Williams, and I think this is quite a divisive one on BookTube. I know some people that love it, I've seen a few people that dislike it. I think Mercedes DNF'd it. I know Lauren in the books quite liked it. I think it was one of her favourite books of last year, and I know the reason I picked it up because on the back it says, I'm strong, I'm struggling, I'm expressive, I'm aggressive, I think he's the one, I know he's not, I like it that way, I can't say no, I'm not black enough, I'm too black, I have best friends, but I'm alone in this, I am enough, am I? Hashtag I am Queenie, unflinchingly raw, darkly comic, and utterly heartbreaking, meet Queenie. So I think that will be really interesting. And then I got a book called A User's Guide to Make Believe by Jane Alexander, and I know this is like Black Mirror-esque vibes in a world, in like a scientific virtual world, and I thought that looked really interesting. And I've also got The Last Day by Andrew Hunter Murray, and this is about a world in which the world stopped turning and half is really hot and half is really cold, I think, and it's just about the implications of that, so I think that would be really interesting. I've also got The Ice House by Tim Clare, and I think the reason I picked this up is because it says that war doesn't end, it sleeps, and this is a fantasy book, I believe, and I'm really looking forward to reading that. Again, I know I keep saying that I'm looking forward to reading each of them, but that's why I picked them up, but I just haven't. New things keep coming into my life and then I just keep forgetting. And then we've got Shadow Scent, The Darkest Bloom by PM Freestone, and I know this is a fantasy centred completely around the magic of scent, and the whole system is based around scent, so another one that I find really interesting. I'm not sure what it's going to be like, just a bit of different fantasy that I haven't read before. And then I've got another book which is M is for Mummy by Eleanor O'Reilly, and it's about I believe it's about a family in which the mother struggles with mental health issues, and I think this will be really interesting. I picked this up quite a long time ago, but I am really looking forward to reading that one. I keep looking at it and I just keep forgetting to read it. She picked me up exactly 10 books, and I know I don't have much to say about each of them, but I've had a few of them for a little while. A couple of them are proofs that I picked up from my workplace, by the way, before obviously they were already on my shelves from picking up from my workplace. But I am really interested in reading all of these, and I'm glad that some of them are ones that I just hadn't been, they weren't ones that were at the forefront of my mind at this time. So I am very much looking forward to sort of having them in my small mix of books now, to push me to read things that I probably wouldn't have read for a little longer. So I'm really excited about reading these. I know this is a very different book haul, but I hope you like it, and if you fancy, chat to me in the comments. See you later, goodbye.